So, as somebody pursuing an IAM analyst position, I'm curious on like what is the screening that you look at somebody you're potentially hiring? Um, at this moment, I work at tech support. I've been there a year. I'm doing labs now for the last 3 months, and I'm just curious how I can bridge the gap from what I've done to like what qualifies as somebody that be like, yeah, I'm gonna hire this guy.
There is a chicken egg problem going on right now in IAM where you can't get experience till you join the IAM role, or it's the other way around, right? What we look at is if they understand the concepts. That's what I want to know, right? Maybe because I work as a consultant working for different customers right now. So we want somebody who can understand the concepts. What is joiner process? What is single line sign on? What is SAML? And what is lever? What is access certification? Based on what job profile says, rather than where to go and click in SailPoint UI. You know what I mean? Or Entra ID UI. Because let's say we want to put you into a different project, or if I'm a customer where I want to upgrade to a new product, I want you to quickly pick those product very quickly. Once you have the knowledge of how things work, you can switch to any product, right? So then you don't have a dependency on one product. If you could demonstrate that using the lab you have already, you are saying that you have been working for 3 months, then I'm pretty much confident, right? You would be the correct person. The other thing could be you actually showcase what you learned or how you troubleshoot your lab, how you understand IAM, that is actually as a whole, how it is integrating with other systems in a company, and how it actually, what could be the different teams that might be working with IAM. That's the soft skill part. I would like to understand where actually it's mostly 50% of you talking to different teams and understanding their requirements while onboarding those applications or integrating those applications, right? That's the second part. The first part would be I actually wanted to show these days with recently we have been doing interviews where everybody knows the information, how SAML works, everything on a theory level, because that's quite easy. But since you have a lab, you said if you could show it and probably also put it, there's some screenshots and configuration, you export it and put it into a GitHub, and you can link that into your resume or cover letter, whichever you are actually way you are trying to apply via email or something. Then I can already have information other than your LinkedIn what you are doing really, right? That's one step ahead from people who doesn't have it. So did I answer you? So
Yeah.
those are the two things. One is if you can demo, you have everything, you're building, you're really showing your motivation to learn this one. All you need is this chicken egg problem that you need experience to get into it. But I want you to at least show that you really invested in it, and instead of just speaking about a protocol, because for if you have to recruit somebody to your analyst role more than something, you try to look at an experience, right? If they really handled certain pressure situations, certain level 3 team interactions, or something that a user is facing an issue and he wants the fix right now, but you don't have a fix. Such things, you rather look at the war stories rather than just theory. And that's my perspective. That's what
I,
I've been also putting it here. Basically, just
I'm
assume
taking
that you
notes
have
on
10
that.
years experience down the line and you have to recruit somebody new into the team, right? You would look at that, right? And you want somebody to stay there and show some investment from the time perspective. Yeah. Just
Copy.
try to use GitHub and put it there on your resume. That helps a lot. That already be along with your LinkedIn, because that's the first thing you also do. A candidate, other than looking at the resume, you also try to know more about them before getting into chat with them. So if you have a GitHub, which is pretty common these days, it doesn't have to be a code. Even if it's screenshots, or you can export the config using a whatever mechanism that product you are trying to use. Just put it there, and it already gives you pretty much information about you when you get into chat with them.
That was perfect. Thank you so much.
This came from free Simplify IAM community on School. The link to download your free IAM lab is in the description. See you inside the community if you are interested in learning IAM.